There are tales that should never be told, and incidents that would have been better left undone. In places far from the light, in the heart of the night, when the wolf returns to the edges of the forest, our destinies intersect with a dark world of secrets and the dead. There is no place to hide, no way to escape. Our footsteps leave their trace, red dust rising into the air, and shadows surround us from every side. We discover that reality can be far more terrifying than we ever expected, and that courage is not only facing death, but facing what we never knew even existed. What you are about to hear is the testimony of someone who was never meant to survive and never expected to see what he saw. Turn off the lights and listen. Who is the one who spent the night beside the mummy of Count Dracula? Who is the one who wrestled the werewolf upon the snows of Romania under the moonlight? Who is the one who answered the call of the Nadaha and then returned alive? The answer is one: it never changes. Who is the one who snatched the sacrifice from the monster of Loch Ness? Who is the one who stormed the apartment of the cannibal in the middle of the night? You know the answer. It is me, Dr. Rafat Ismail. Who is the one who dared to challenge Dr. Lucifer? Who is the one who entered Frankenstein's castle? It is me, the lucky old man whom nothing has taken except the marks of the years. And now, who is the one who fell alone into the trap of the living dead, among the terrifying decaying faces of the zombies? It is me, of course. And how? Turn on the lights, close the doors, and listen carefully to what I will say. It is 1:30 in the morning, and the damned car engine refuses to start. The dashboard buttons are pressed in vain. Hundreds of times, Harry searches for some fault, and dozens of times he presses the gas pedal and feels it. The car has completely died. What a miserable time, and what a place. A few meters away, the gravestones gleamed with their poetic, gloomy appearance, while the cold silver moonlight reflected upon them. And somewhere a wolf howled, answered by another wolf from far away. Harry swallowed his saliva. His voice sounded strange in the darkness of the car as he spoke. Anyway, we are safe here. Let us wait until sunrise. There is no escape from that. But something is moving in the darkness. It is approaching us slowly and deliberately. The straw hides its features from our eyes. Not a ghost, but a man wearing a torn undershirt and ragged trousers, with a hat lowered to hide his face. And suddenly, but he continues to approach, and surely he will offer us help and shelter. Harry's body stiffened, his eyes widened, and he shouted, "Rafat, close the window beside you. Press the door lock button." But Rafat said as he closed the window next to him, "Do you see his hands? They are decayed, the bones showing. He is not a living creature. He is one of the zombies." That thing was approaching at the same slow pace when Harry added, "And now, let us leave this ridiculous situation and how we will get out of it, and come with me to a place that perhaps none of you will see in his life. Come to the Caribbean islands. Come to the tropical sun and to the calypso dance under the moonlight. Come to the beating of drums, the banana plantations, the beautiful smiling dark faces, and the hot blood. Come to the Antilles. Let me first introduce to you this handsome blonde young man whom you saw with me in the car. He is an American computer engineer named Harry Sheldon. And do not let the word computer pass you by lightly, because at that time in the year 1965, it was a completely unknown word to us, and it carried mythical, frightening undertones, as if it belonged to the priesthood of sorcerers. But today, some countries have begun to define an illiterate person as someone who does not know at least 2 programming languages. This is Harry Sheldon. And now come let me introduce this cheerful beauty, and do not look at me like that. She is not my girlfriend. She is Harry's wife, and her name is Linda, and she, as you can see, is very, very American. As for this little devil who kicks you with his foot and sticks his tongue out at us, he is their son Jimmy, and he is 4 years old. It was Harry's idea to take me with them, from Florida to spend a few days in Jamaica, a trip that I think you would agree with me will never be repeated in my life, especially since I am accompanying this pleasant family that knows how to enjoy life. Harry said to me, praising his idea, "It will be unforgettable days, my boy. You'll see." And if we overlook his calling me my boy, as Americans often do, although he is 8 years younger than I am, we would find that he was sincere in every word. Indeed, they will be unforgettable days. And now, come on, Harry, and tell me about Jamaica. I know that it is one of the West Indies islands, which extend from Florida in the north to Venezuela in the south, forming an arc 3,200 kilometers long. But why are they called the West Indies? And what does India have to do with the matter? Harry laughed mockingly and winked at Linda, so she would laugh with him as if to say they had not expected me to be this naive. Then he said to me, tears of laughter shining in his eyes, "You know Christopher Columbus, of course?" "Yes. After all, I did attend primary school." "And you know that he tried to prove that the Earth is spherical by sailing westward, expecting that he would circle the Earth and reach India." "Of course." "All right. Columbus arrived in the year 1492, after a dreadful voyage, to a hot land inhabited by dark-skinned people. So he believed, and he cannot be blamed, that he had reached India. The poor man did not know that he had reached Watling Island in the Bahamas, in the place he named San Salvador. Then he later discovered Hispaniola. And he did not realize his mistake? On the contrary, he did realize it. He understood that he had proved nothing, unfortunately, and he became the subject of people's mockery, to the point that they gave him the nickname Admiral of the Land of Mosquitoes. Then he died poor, without knowing that he had discovered a new world, whose beginning was in these islands, the West Indies. Even the honor of having the New World named after him was taken by another explorer, Amerigo Vespucci, from whose name the word America came. But Columbus left his name in the country of Colombia. That is true, but the entire continent should have been his. What an injustice. And what are the names of these islands? Harry said, gently playing with his son's hair. The Federation of the West Indies consists of 10 islands, but in 1962, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago separated from it, and the federal capital was moved to Barbados. And what are the Antilles Islands? The Antilles are a group of volcanic islands. The largest of them are Cuba, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, and Hispaniola, which includes Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The inhabitants of these islands were once known as the Caribs, and therefore the Caribbean Sea Islands were named after them. And you walk through the streets of Kingston, the capital of Jamaica. Jamaica is a small island with an area of 11,000 square kilometers and a population of about 1,860,000 people. So do not expect its capital to be very large or dazzling. It is not New York, for example, but despite that, it possesses a mysterious, special charm. The tropical rains do not stop throughout the year, and despite that, the heat is intense, sometimes reaching 70 or 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Signs of poverty and misery are clear. The same features you have seen everywhere. The ugly, gloomy faces you see in the Himalayas, in the jungles of Uganda, and in the market of your own village. Variety of faces exists only where there is wealth and luxury, but poverty and misery make faces resemble each other everywhere in the world. The same tormented looks and the same thin children hanging in their filth from something tattered beside a barefoot mother with a grim face. This gloomy atmosphere succeeded in extinguishing some of our enthusiasm, even if only a little. Jamaica is certainly not a postcard where men and women dance around banana trees, but Harry and Linda seemed determined to enjoy all this misery they were not used to seeing in Florida. They saw in it a special charm full of authenticity, something that did not please me at all. And worse than that, what I know, by virtue of my work, about this country, a land plagued by leprosy, syphilis, plague, malaria, and forget about Chagas disease, the curse of this land. A disease with no known cure, transmitted by a hideous type of bug. God help me! I said it to myself in Arabic, but out loud, thinking of all these calamities awaiting me here. Calamities from which I might miraculously survive 3 or 4, but the rest will inevitably get me. What you have just heard is not the end. It is only part of the picture, a small fragment of a longer chain, where every answer creates a new question. Some secrets are never buried, and some nightmares do not end when you wake up. There are still details yet to be revealed, faces that have not appeared, and truths which, if you were to know them in full, you would wish you had never known. Until we meet again, remember, not everyone who survived has truly survived.